Wielkie sorry, że to opóźnienie, ale nie będę ukrywał, że dużo improwizujemy tutaj, więc paru rzeczy się uczymy na bieżąco. Już za chwilę będziemy gotowi. Stworzyliśmy specjalny kanał, gdzie będzie odbywała się ta sesja. Będzie to wyglądało tak, że będziecie mogli tam swobodnie rozmawiać razem z Elley, z tym, że oczywiście to jest, wydaje mi się, bardzo podstawowa kwestia, żeby wszyscy mówili po kolei, po prostu tak jakbyśmy byli na zwykłym kanale na Discordzie i tam po prostu o czymś rozmawiali. Pamiętajcie, że Elley generalnie jest tutaj gościem, co ona ma pierwszeństwo głosu. I będziecie do niej zgłaszali swoją prośbę o autograf, na przykład tam konkretną dedykacją i tak dalej. Ja będę to wszystko nadzorował, żeby był porządek. Stworzony jest też kawałek z zasadami, więc możecie tam, no proszę zapoznajcie się, jak to będzie wyglądało, tam są też ceny. Krótka informacja jeszcze raz po cen, żeby nikt tego nie zapomniał. Autografy są niestety płatne. Jest to w przeliczeniu na nasze około 5 zł plus koszty przesyłki. Koszty przesyłki oczywiście mogą być bardzo różne, bo to trochę zależy od tego, ile tych łącznie autografów będzie do przesłania i jak ostatecznie wyjdzie forma dystrybucji po Polsce. Ja je szacuję na 10, no powiedzmy może 15 zł, chyba 20 na pewno nie powinno, więc tak czy siak 40 zł powinno się to zamknąć. Prawdopodobnie będzie mniej. Ale tak jak mówiłem, bardzo was tu przepraszam, nie mogę powiedzieć w tej chwili, że na 100 to będzie tyle i tyle. To jest trochę też improwizacja. No i oczywiście mam nadzieję, że będziecie się tam dobrze bawić. Jak już stwierdzimy, że faktycznie możemy odpalać atrakcje, no to wtedy zacznę was tam przerzucać. Albo ktoś może też sam pójść na górę, bo to będzie widoczne wyżej jako autograph session. Tak więc sekundkę, idę tam się jeszcze skonsultować, jak u nich to wygląda. Okej, już jest otwarte, więc zapraszamy.
Zapraszamy na górę wszystkich. Science.
I like the ding, 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 ding sound. That makes me feel like a lot of things are happening. Oh, things are happening. I should post it on Get Mic'd, Megan.
Yeah, things are happening for sure.
Send me the photos, I'll post stuff.
There, it's a video.
Send it to me.
I will. Should I?
If you want.
I'm gonna. Oh, because I've got one for the charitable auction as well. I've got 3 of them. La 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 ka boo boo, la ka ba boo boo. Here's one.
Elley, do you have your camera on or something like this?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I'm afraid that we are not seeing anything.
Oh, shoot. Well, why? Where's my camera for Discord?
Oh,
Maybe
I don't think you can share video because we're on Zoom. So let's leave the Zoom, and then you might be able. And then
No.
see.
Honestly, you can try to share your screen from the Zoom, so we will see you and her.
It says video chat's not available for more than 25 people.
So
Yeah,
I'll just get off
the video, but the screen is available.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Yeah, you get it. Go for it.
It's a little bit tricky, but it works.
I don't even understand what you're saying, so thank you.
Elley, stop screen sharing with me.
How do I? Oh, yeah, you say that like it's an easy thing.
On Zoom.
I know, but how do I stop video?
Oh wait, hold on. Is that me? No. Yes, stop video. Stop screen sharing.
So stop video, yeah.
Oh, so stop. No, that was my video.
Oh God. So you're the host. I don't know.
Right click on me again and start my video.
Oh God.
On Zoom, because you just X'd out my video.
Okay, I don't. Where does it put waiting room, allow, mom, rename, host?
At the very top of your screen, no, for Zoom. At the very top of your screen for Zoom, it says your screen sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn off screen sharing.
Okay. Stop share, yes.
Okay, great. Now turn my video back on, Elley.
Oh, God, help me. Why am I in control of this? I don't want to be in control of it.
So give me host powers back.
Oh. I muted myself, right?
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Hold on. Now I'm gonna share the video to
Video, rock and roll.
Okay.
Spitty, are you still there? You see,
Yeah, I'm still here.
No,
Don't
Spitty,
worry.
Spitty.
There is something. Oh yeah, okay. I see you both.
Yay!
I'm sharing the video.
There is nice, pretty collection of stuff in the background.
Thank.
For both of them.
Has stuff.
Both, yeah.
There when her boyfriend just walked by, so that's another additional. Connor!
Connor's here. He's here.
So I'm going to send this to you, Inkalinka. Oops, that's not what I want. Can everybody see everybody?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, just sending this to you, Inky. Aww!
I brought Aether down.
Hello, little one.
I've got mine somewhere. Hang on a minute.
You brought one, so I brought one.
Yeah, I brought one. I'm just trying to find the videos.
Send it to me later. We're having a meet and greet.
Is it happening? Where's the meet and greet?
Right here, right now.
Is it
Everybody's here. Yeah, everybody's in the chat.
Hi, everybody. Oh, I can't see it. Where is it? Because
That's because you're looking at Zoom.
No, it's because I'm looking at Zoom. There you go. Hello, you brilliant wonders.
They can hear you. You could just say hi. You can just talk.
Yes. I will from time to time speak something in Polish to guys because it will be more clear for them.
Yeah, speak some Polish and I'll try and imitate you.
Okej, zatem już jak jesteśmy cały czas na antenie i tak dalej, więc możecie się odciszyć pod takim kątem w momencie, kiedy mówicie, żeby nie było słychać żadnych rzeczy w tle i tak dalej. Więc jeżeli macie jakieś wątpliwości, czy kto powinien się teraz w jakiej kolejności odezwać i tak dalej, no to może po prostu popatrzcie na listę pod kątem alfabetycznym i tak dalej. I wtedy zapraszamy tutaj do kontaktu właśnie z naszymi gośćmi, możecie się przedstawić, prosić autograf i tak dalej, i tak dalej. W razie wątpliwości piszcie do mnie na privie albo tutaj na czacie Signing Session Tech.
Po prostu nie róbmy wiochy, bądźmy grzeczni, bardzo was proszę.
Proszę.
Hello.
Proszę.
Proszę.
Very good.
Did I say it right? Was that good? Proszę.
Yeah, that was very good.
I don't know what I said.
Okej,
How do I say I love you?
Kochamy cię.
Kochamy cię.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Yeah, you said it very good.
Do it again.
Kochamy cię.
Kochamy cię.
Yep.
Kochamy cię. Kochamy.
Okej, to maybe the first one. Diane, ty byłeś chyba pierwszy, więc twoja kolej, może?
Yes. One question. What do you most interested in Poland?
What am I most interested in Poland? When am I going to be there? When will I come? Maybe I'll come next year. The Polish food, the Polish people. I have Polish friends. I love everything about everywhere and everything and everyone. But Poland seems like it would be a very, very awesome place to visit. I've been close to Poland, but I have never been to Poland. So maybe I'll come next year. Biddy, I think you need to have an in-person convention so people can actually boop in person and hug ponies in person.
Oh yes, yes. I know. It's very important thing for me, but unfortunately, right now it's impossible to make big conventions. But we are trying to meet in small groups in one
Well,
city.
this is a good way. This is a good way to bring ponies together. There seems to be quite a few ponies that are all here having fun.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the best Polish food? I'm asking all the Polish ponies a question to them. What would you say is the best Polish food that I have never tried?
Bigos.
Bigos?
Yeah.
What is that?
Pierogi.
That
It's a-
is a dish from a meat and
Pierogi.
yeah.
Pierogis. I love pierogis. What are they filled with?
With mushrooms or with meat.
Okay, so that is something. Am I saying it right, Bigos?
No, that's not it. It's like it's I can't find a word in Polish. It's kapusta and mięso.
Kapusta? That's sort of what happened last night in my life. Kapusta.
Cabbage. It's cabbage.
Cabbage.
Oh, I
and
love cabbage.
and meat.
Oh, I
boiled.
love cabbage. I love cabbage. It's so good for you, cabbage.
Yeah.
It's really healthy for you. If it's, is it fermented? Or just like made in
Sometimes we eat a fermented cabbage. Yeah,
I
sometimes.
love it. Is that why you're all so healthy?
Yeah, you can say that.
Awesome. Okay, so I have to have pierogis, cabbage. Sounds like a plan. And don't you have those wonderful little sandwiches? I don't know what they're called. They're little. They have different things on them. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, little sandwiches, you say? Little
Yeah,
sandwiches?
they're fancy little sandwiches. They're really cute and pretty.
I don't recognize that dish.
Oh, what about your sweets? What about desserts and stuff? Do you have good sweets?
In sweets, we have many cakes like apple pies.
I love it. Because I love cake.
We have also a sweet called pierniki in our language.
Kipniki?
Yeah. It's
Gingerbread.
gingerbread in English, yeah, gingerbread. The
Gingerbread.
best gingerbreads are Toron in Polish. They're the best.
Okay, so I've got a list of things that I have to try when I get there.
Yeah.
The thing that I know about is Polish sausage,
Oh yeah.
which is a big delicacy over here. Polish sausage.
In America, this is a big thing that you eat.
Well, yeah, and we celebrate. There's all Italian sausage, Polish sausage, German sausage. Like in Europe, you guys all have sausage, fabulous sausage, and we don't really in Canada. We're more sort of bacon people and female bacon and back bacon. That's sort of where we roll.
Well, bacon tastes good. I like bacon.
I
Yeah.
love bacon. Because I think you guys over in Poland, it's pretty cold for the ponies over there in the winter, isn't it?
Not very much. Not for all ponies.
No. Why is that?
Ponies will have great conditions here. Maybe not unicorns, maybe not Pegasi, but ponies, why not?
I see that people are saying they can't see me and my video chat isn't available for more than 25 users. Am I being seen on the screen?
Yeah, we can see you normally. It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, is it working a little
Yeah,
bit?
I'm sharing the screen. It's just that the room has like an attendance limit, so we're at full capacity.
We're at capacity. Yay! We're at capacity. Let's play some MLP music. Who's got the music? Somebody put it on so we can listen. I'm going to put it on. Let me see if I can find it. We've got to have a party, people. Like, we've got to have our MLP music happening. Let me see if I can get it.
Well, right now they're mostly just wanting to ask you questions.
Go for it. Ask me while I'm getting the music, and I'll answer everything you want to know.
In terms of music, do you have your favorite song from the show or something?
Oh, I love so many songs. Like some of them are really heartfelt, and some of them are just fun, celebratory. Some are great from the movie. Oh my gosh. Let's just see what I can find. Awesome. Okay, montage. Because if we have music, then the questions will make everybody feel better. Come on, all you Polish ponies. Let's dance and sing.
And Ellie, as a reminder too, you're gonna do autographs for them too, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So those will be available. Is that going to be a separate room for the autographs?
I don't know. City?
Yeah. We'll see.
Deb said she sent you all the inspirational stuff.
So really, we created this room for the science station, but it ended up as a Q&A room. So I think we're all going to stay over here. Is that fine for you?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
There was a question in the chat, but it went away. I think they deleted it. But the question was, if you could be an MLP again, what character would you want to play? If you could play any character.
What do you mean if I could be an MLP? What makes you think I'm not?
No, if you could be if you could be any other character, who would you have wanted to be?
Oh, if I could be any other character, I think I would like to be Celestia.
That'd be fun.
I think I'd like to be Celestia. I want to be for Luna. I want to be a princess. But one that's
playing music.
Yes.
It's juddering your audio, Ellie.
Why?
Because Discord doesn't like that.
Oh, Discord. Discord's got issues, man. You can't use capitals. You can't play music. Come on. I can't believe they don't.
It's just Discord. What we can do with it?
Look at, you wrote yay in capitals, somebody, and you didn't get a warning.
Ellie came in and wrote a bunch of capital letters and got a server warning.
Yeah, it's just from our bot. We are sorry for it.
Oh, I don't care. We
were having a laugh over it. I was trying to explain to her what happened.
I couldn't understand why I was getting a warning. I thought, what did I do wrong? Because look, there's tons of people that are writing in capitals.
I think that from time to time it could be a little bit problem, because if too many people use it at one moment, it looks like everyone is shouting on themselves. Maybe this is the reason.
Oh, it's just an affectionate, it's in capital letters. It's, the new princess. There I am, right there. The one that's hip hop, kitty. Yeah, I'm going to be the new princess. Generation 5. Wait for it.
I think everyone would love that. Everyone would love to hear that.
Oh, wow. So that's what's happening right there on that little, I don't know if you can see online. So great. And I'm going to visit Rarity in a month in real life, and we haven't seen each other for
Oczywiście, żebym podłączyłem.
we haven't seen each other for almost 2 years. I mean, we talk just about every day, but because of COVID, we haven't seen her, and I finally get to see her. So that's going to be great.
Yeah, 2 years is a long time.
2 years to not see your best friend. But, you know, I find it's like conventions. I haven't done an in-person convention in almost 2 years too. And I do a lot of in-person conventions, but we have I'm doing an
Dobrze, mikro mi.
What's that?
No,
Oh,
don't worry. Just someone just say something.
Oh,
Just go with
I'm
it.
if anybody from Poland wants to come to a convention in Ohio at TrotCon,
Oh,
there
God.
in December, there's going to be a big in-person celebration happening. Is it true?
TrotCon,
The
right.
character, remember, no spoilers. No spoilers.
No spoilers. No, don't do it.
No one can know what is happening. But you'll find out soon enough.
Maybe anyone wants to ask something or request autograph? Może ktoś chciałby zadać jakieś pytanie albo poprosić o autograf?
Mam po polsku.
English only, sorry.
Okej, jeżeli ktoś ma problem z angielskim i chciałby zadać pytanie, może napisać na czacie, ja Eli to przeczytam po angielsku. Nie ma problemu. So I just say, if someone would like to ask you a question, but I have a problem with English, they can just write it in Polish and I will just translate it over to you.
Oh, perfect. Your English sounds pretty good.
Thank you. Trying.
Sounds. What's that, sweetheart? Well, it's much better than my Polish. Well, yes, I mean, absolutely. Now, I'm not allowed to talk about the next generation, Generation 5. It's very, 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 very NDA, meaning we're not allowed to talk about it, but I can let you know that you are in for some big surprises. I mean, so big that it's going to blow your mind. It's like, everything you thought you knew about My Little Pony is completely something else. This generation is completely mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. And everything about it is different. Everything about it is different. It's recorded in a different place with a different cast, with different characters, completely characters you've never met before. And it's exciting. I think it's really, really exciting. It's like a whole new world. So you're going to have your minds blown, and it will be worth the wait. Absolutely. Who am I making the autograph out to? Okay, perfect. Where are you going to send the private message? Okay, Speedy, will you let me know who I'm signing up the autograph to?
Yeah. I'm here, and I will make a list of all people which want
you're
to.
So good, Speedy. About I'm just writing this down about Generation 5 and how exciting everything. Who's your favorite character? Yes. In Generation 4. Yeah. Oh, there you go. There's another character that I think is a great character. Princess Luna. Do you have a plushie of her? Yeah, do you have a plushie of Princess Luna? Oh my gosh, well you should ask for one for your Christmas or for your birthday. That's okay. That's okay. Where's Celestia fan? Show a picture. So I think Celestia fan's here. Show a picture of how many ponies you have. You'll if you look at the screen, he's a friend of mine and he's got so many.
We can't share. He can put a picture in the chat.
Yeah, that's
but
what
you can't share a video. Yeah.
So he just wrote he has 250 ponies. 250. Okay, so when I see you at the next convention in Europe, you're going to come up to me and you're going to say, remember me? I spoke to you at Discord 2.0 meet. And you're going to remind me that I signed an autograph for you, and I'm going to help you pick out a plushie at that next convention, okay? Oh, well, maybe you'll win it. Maybe you'll win one. There's lots of games and stuff like that at certain conventions. You'll see. There's so much fun to be had.
I think it might be too expensive to attend other Seas cons. Is what he meant.
Oh my God. What? Well, maybe let's hope for a little dream come true in 2022. There's a bunch of conventions that I'm going to be at in Europe, and maybe you can attend one of those. Maybe, let's just see. And hopefully I get to meet you in person. I've got, I think, 4 so far conventions for 2022 in Europe. Big ones coming up. So
yeah, you're going to Europe, right? So maybe
yeah, like I'm going to be there anyway, and I actually said to all the ponies that are going to be at GalaCon and that are going to be maybe in Vienna, the Vienna Con. There's a bunch of different cons. There's also in London. There's a bunch of cons coming up, and I said after the con in Germany, GalaCon, that I was going to take a train ride through the Alps, and any pony that wanted to come with us as a vacation, it's going to be the pony train. We're all going to just go on the train for a week through the Alps and just party together and have fun together. you know, play games and do stuff together. I think it'll be so much fun. So even if you don't go to a convention, maybe you want to come and join me on the train. The Pony Express. Yes, the Pony Express. Okay, awesome. Sis, tell me your name before you just say it, even if it's a difficult name. Say it for me.
No worry, we'll just write it down for you.
Arthur Wobodu.
We will tell you later about all the
Yes,
pronunciation, typing,
I
etc.
just wanted to be able to say.
A.
Yep.
It's A.
I got it. Your first name's Arthur. Arthur. Yes. Arthur. Right? How about that, Arthur? Thank you so much for your conversation. It was so great, and I'll make sure that I send you something wonderful for your autograph, and hopefully I get to see you in 2022.
Let's all hope it. Okay, so... Okay,
Next
so
guy.
another person, yeah? Who wants to ask a question? Raise your hooves. Hands, whatever.
Yeah, I actually have one question for you.
Okay, great.
What is your favorite character in MLP series?
That's such a hard question. It's so unfair to say that I like one more than the other because they're all my favorites. Like they really are all my favorites, really, truly. I love them all, but to be quite honest with you, I probably, the one I am closest to, and it's probably because it's my best friend, is Rarity.
It's the
Hooray.
only character it's your favorite,
Who
or
plays-
maybe you have some more villains or something else.
Yeah, the villains for me. I hope, well, I'm not allowed to say anything, but my dream is to play a villain in Generation 5 because I always play the kind of good, nice, wonderful people. So my hope is to play a villain, but we'll see. I mean, Tabitha St. Germain plays like 28 characters in My Little Pony. Like she plays, and I love all of them. Granny Smith and Derpy, and I mean, you know, she plays so many characters. She's been doing it for 10 years, and I just came in the last, what, 2 or 3 years of MLP, Generation 4. But like, you know, the main 6 are sort of the go-to folks. But like I say, I love the princesses, and I love the pillars. I love, you know, I think Discord is ridiculous and sweet and crazy. You know what I mean? I love all of the Smith family, Big Mac, and all of that gang. I mean, there's so many characters that are great. Like you don't go, oh well, that's kind of lame. I don't think I think every single character has a place, just like every single pony on this call has a place. Everyone is loved. Everyone is appreciated. You as an audience are all characters. The show would not happen without all of you. And it's not like I would go, well, who's my favorite one of all of you that are on this call right now? I don't have a favorite. I love you all equally. You know, I have friends on the call that I know better and I've spent more time with. So I would probably name them, like, you know, Megan, who's my assistant here. Thank you very much, Megan. But, you know, I love you all, and I love all the characters of MLP, and I believe that every single audience member here today has a quality of every single character in the show inside of them, which is why we are drawn towards specific characters, you know, because they represent different parts of us.
Yeah, actually, it's true.
Yeah. I think so too. Like many, the good, the bad, all of us have different things going on in our lives. And I think each one of the episodes and every one of the stories, we could relate to our lives in a certain way. There's a metaphor in there, right? And the characters themselves, because they represent our true nature and how we work hard to overcome stuff. Like the villains are villains because they've, not by choice, something bad happened to them, and then they get to change. Like, remember, Discord started out like bad, and then then he became good. Like the same as the end of season 7, the 2-part series. Wow, there's a picture.
So you are actually watch all the seasons of MLP and maybe some Equestria Girls?
Yes, I have missed a couple of the earlier ones, but generally when we go to conventions or when I have my room set up, I like to play video of episodes. So when I was in Norway with Chris, we'd like to play in the room. I set up a room to play all kinds of games and apple bobbing and all kinds of stuff like that, and drawing and pin the tail on the pony and all that kind of stuff. We played episodes right from the whole weekend. So all the episodes were playing. So you could just sit there and watch every single episode if you wanted to, which is fun because you forget. Wow. Look at Celestia Fan's pony collection.
Ellie, you have a question in the chat.
Yes.
In Gen 5,
Yes.
Can you say whether or not the geography of Equestria has changed?
I can't say, but yes. What? I can't say, but yes.
So things are different, right?
Well, all I'm going to say is everything is different. And your minds will be blown. That's all I can say. And I shouldn't even say that. I'll probably get in trouble. This is just to keep you, but I mean, it's not like you're not all excited to watch it. It's not like, oh, of course you're going to watch it. Of course you're going to watch it. Can I tell you about Discord? Oh, don't even put your mind around what you think you know. Who? Who? Who's Discord?
Oh, hard to say.
Yeah. Right? Just open your mind to things you never thought were possible. Thanks, Shred. I love that you never heard anything about anything. That's what you respond to. You know nothing. You're just waiting with great anticipation. Because it's really exciting. I'm excited.
Anyone?
G4? We're talking about people. So is that about like Equestria girls doing research on magic in G4? Is that what you meant?
Feel like, just to answer that question a little bit, more research needed to be done on a bunch of different things, I think. That's just my opinion. Although they have many writers and many different opinions going on, I feel that sometimes, a couple of things are missed. Things are missed because it's not their strength, you know what I mean? And they kind of do a kind of a gloss over certain things. But yeah, I would say that more research is a good thing if you're going to talk about specifics on things. It's like when I wrote my animated feature, I had to research the Second World War. I spent hours and hours and hours and hours and months. I was in Mexico City writing a feature film about 2 children that got orphaned in the Second World War and ended up in New York City. They were shipped over from England to be saved during the war, and they got lost and they lived on the street because they were almost kidnapped by the bad people, the villains the children made munitions for the war in New York, this orphanage, and they escaped it and they ended up on the street. And I had to research everything about New York in 1940, what the storefronts looked like, what the munitions factories were like, what the children from Europe, like there's so many things that need to be researched, and it takes hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and you have to do it because you have to know what you're talking about.
Well, I think they were talking, Ellie, about Equestria Girls.
Uh-huh.
About why the FBI wasn't interested in the high school after all the magic stuff entered the human world from the pony world.
Don't get angry with me, but I haven't watched Equestria Girls, so I'm not sure what that you're talking about.
Oh, well, I'll have to show you. It's really fun.
And so
it's the human world of MLP.
I know that. I know it's the human world because somebody did me as Miss Maine as a human girl, and I saw her in Russia in cosplay. It was pretty awesome. Yeah, but what's the question about the FBI?
So in Equestria Girls, because the human world is non-magical.
Yes,
and they bring a bunch of pony magic through the portal, and then a bunch of pony magic stuff happens. So they were saying, why doesn't the FBI go investigate the high school after all this magic entered the human realm?
Well, that could be said for anything. Why doesn't the world in Harry Potter investigate all the weird things that were happening when he went back home, Harry Potter, to his adoptive aunt and uncle's place? You know, you could say that for any show. Our world doesn't engage in magic. We actually don't see it. We just kind of go, oh, you know, there's miracles that happen every day. Pony magic is around us every day. I see there's dragons and unicorns in my existence, and people go, what are you talking about? You're nuts. Well, when I was a child, there were all kinds of fairies and unicorns and that were my friends that everybody said, there's nothing there, you're imagining things. And I'm like, oh yeah, they are. They're real. I can see them. And they happen in special places. And all you have to do is look, it's there. And I don't think our world believes in magic. So of course they just go, oh, that was an accident, or oh, they'll come up with a scientific reason for something. And when a miracle happens, they don't know what to say. And they're like, I can't explain that. I don't know what it is. Well, listen, unicorns and alicorns, they're real. They are real. They exist. I'm here to tell you. And the magic that they bring is real. It's not just a show. It's like, in the old days, they said, oh, well, people can't fly. And then, they can't, humans can't fly. And then all of a sudden, they invented the airplane and went, oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, yes, we can. And I believe it's true. And the FBI is an institutionalized form that, of course, it doesn't believe in magic, nor can it explain magic or anything to do with the heart or the spirit. Right? It's an institutionalized left brain kind of organization. And we, on the other hand, including Equestria Girls and the magic that comes through the portal and the magic of Equestria and of My Little Pony, that is real and is of a place. And we're here right now. And everybody from Poland and everybody on this chat You are that magic. You are the magic. You believe in the magic. And that's what's so wonderful, you know. Let the FBI think what they need to think.
We have some voice acting questions.
Sure.
There's a few of them. We're getting a bunch of questions quickly.
Great.
So let's do one really quick before we get to the voice acting ones. If you could choose any character from G4 to go into G5, who would it be?
Miss Main.
Of course. You're not biased at all, Elley.
Not at all. But I just know what Miss Main represents. And Miss Main is an ancient princess. She's an eternal princess. She is a princess of the pillars. And she's more powerful, and her story wasn't completely told. And you need to know her whole story.
What is your favorite voice acting memory?
Oh, geez, that's a great question. I have so many voice acting memories because I've been doing it for 45 years. And yes, I did start when I was 2 years old. I've had great sessions where I have laughed so hard that I've fallen on the floor and literally peed my pants with tears streaming down my face where I couldn't stop laughing. And some of them, and one happened in My Little Pony with Tabitha St. Germain being naughty as she is and making everybody laugh. But it's also happened, I played a character called Gam Gam. Oh, geez. This is years ago now. And the show was called Pelswick. And I played this crazy old granny. And I was like young when I played her, like I'd say 20 years old, and I was playing a 75-year-old character. But she was so crazy, and the director's name was Hennessy. So everybody thought that the director and I were married because my name's Elley Ray Hennessy, and Dan Hennessy was the director. And so they always thought we were married, and we would get into these ridiculous where he would talk to my character as an old man as the director and be ridiculous because my character was ridiculous in Pelswick, if you've ever seen it. Like, she's completely ridiculous. And I would laugh so hard because we'd just be silly. I also played the grandmother in Beetlejuice, that Beetlejuice grandmother in the series. And she was, well, if you can imagine Beetlejuice, she was Beetlejuice. That's a crazy, crazy, crazy 90-year-old lunatic, like literally lunatic. And again, I would laugh so hard. There's something so incredibly liberating about laughter. And I find at the microphone, this happens so much. I'm playing a character now called Chuck the Duck. And Chuck the Duck is a really chubby duck with little tiny wings. She has to wear a helmet because she's accident prone and she has a peg leg. So one of her legs is like a pirate. She's got like a peg leg. And she's ridiculous. I mean, I just joy so much in I could name, probably I could sit here all day and tell you moments at the microphone where I've had just spectacular experiences where I've cried, I've laughed. I feel that, you know, and I would urge everybody out there that is dreaming of being a voice actor to do it. Everyone should go to the microphone and heal the world. I think that we who do series and movie animated work at the microphone and even commercial narration, documentary and promo work, we change humanity. We uplift humanity. We raise the vibration. So when you ask about moments of at the microphone that I remember, every one of them is so special because every character that a character is a caring actor. So every character that I do is brought with much care to the microphone. So of course, you have wonderful experiences in everything. Some are crazier and kookier and wilder and, you know, actors arrive drunk for records. It just gets really silly. But, you know, I would say that every time you get an opportunity to raise the vibration of the planet through storytelling is a wonderful one.
We have some more voice acting questions.
Great.
Um,
Great.
was acting as Miss Main difficult for you? And if so, what was the most difficult thing of portraying her?
No, nothing about Miss Main was difficult for me. She's very close to my heart. She's operates from a very sincere place of love. That's her magic. Her magic is to make others feel beautiful. And I think that's part of me when I coach and I teach and I perform, whether it's on stage or on film or at the microphone. I just want my audience to feel beautiful and alive and remembered and listened to and heard and loved. And so that's a core belief of mine. And I think as an ancient Mist Main, she understands that there's good with bad. And if someone is misbehaving or acting out, it's just because they've been hurt and they're afraid. And like a child, you need to embrace them and you have to teach them that they are beautiful, and you have to help them know that they are powerful and that they're not left behind, that they are equally as important as everyone else. That's our great lesson. And I work very hard daily to help others feel like that. And I think so for me, Mist Main, her heart to give away all of her magic and her beauty. She didn't lose any magic. She didn't lose anything. She just gave as gifts to everybody, and I love it. It's like where where Miss Main has been because flowers, there's a path of flowers. And so she has been there before. I just think that is so incredible. And I hope with me in my lifetime that I leave a path of flowers behind me as well. I think those are all the audiences and the students that I have worked with in my life.
When you do voice acting, how long did it take you to learn the text for like Miss Main?
Oh, well, you see, we don't memorize it. So it's not like theater or film where you memorize your lines. You have your script with you there. So it's not like you're just literally embellishing the words as you go. So instead of reading kind of statically, you have to breathe life into the words, because the without you, the words are nothing. You've got the script there, but you've got to make it live off the page, which includes a lot of breath and a lot of efforts and a lot of emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, intellectual engagement into the words. But I don't have to learn anything. And in fact, I don't like to read over my scripts because I feel that they become stale, because then you decide on how you want to say what you want to say rather than keeping it spontaneous and magically alive, where you're like experiencing everything for the moment.
Do you play any video games?
No.
Well, we played Ponytown. That's a computer
Oh
game.
yes, that's a video game. That's true. Actually, I have played a couple of, but I don't. What would be the word? I would not say that I mean, if I played with my friends, which I've tried, where you need dexterity with gaming, if depending on the game, what you're playing, I'm not dexterous, I would say. I'm not good this way. If I could speak a game, like if it was about spontaneous improvisation, like D&D, where you just create characters and live it, yes. When it comes to using, how do you survive, and you've got to use your speed and your dexterity.
So you'd rather play board games like Dungeons and Dragons or like tabletop games?
Yes, I love tabletop games.
Which character out of everyone that you voiced was the hardest for you?
Again, nothing's hard. Nothing's hard. I don't find anything hard or difficult in this world of magic. It's creative. So, you know, in creating characters, there's nothing difficult about it. There's things that might be difficult or strenuous on my vocal cords. Sometimes I'm playing monsters and creatures in certain games, like B Rain. There's vocally difficult characters that you might play in certain games, like Shu Yan and the Ubisoft game that I did. What the heck was her name? Oh gosh, can't remember. When they get into those kinds of characters, like they put quite a stress on your vocal cords. I've got a character coming up that she's got texture on her. I can't talk about it, but she's got quite a bit of texture on her voice. And she's a creature. She's not a human being. So when you play creatures or sometimes gaming characters that are futuristic, part human or creature or monster, which I played a lot of. I play a male character in a Cartoon Network show. He's a 55-year-old man with Asperger's. And he, when you get into the more masculine sounds and the lower sounds that you have to put texture on, I find those are difficult on my voice, but it's not hard. All I have to do is make sure that I take care of my voice. I was just auditioning yesterday for a bunch of characters for Blue's Clues coming up. They've got a whole bunch of, and they were all men. So I was playing, I auditioned for a male elf, 4 of the male reindeers. I find myself, that's the great thing. Gender is not specific in this world, but it will, when you're doing a male sound, you need to support it. I was the Nicorette monster. That won't mean anything to anyone in Poland, but in North America for 6 years, he was a little mucus ball that was, to quit smoking, he was called the Craving. And he was this weird little monster. And he was, that character put such my voice would be killed after I recorded that character because it was so not my signature. It was difficult, yeah. But I love doing it. I just have to watch the instrument. It would be like if you clapped your hands for a whole day, you would get calluses on your hands just from hitting. And that's what happens when you play those kinds of characters. They create texture on your vocal cords, and you have to be careful of that so you don't create notes.
For a technical question,
yeah,
when you do voice acting in MLP, do you ever record with other members of the cast in the booth, or is it always just you alone?
That's the wonderful thing about recording My Little Pony in Vancouver, Generation 4. It was always what we call ensemble. So ensemble is the entire cast is there. So, if you're recording a very big episode, a 2-part episode, like the end of in season 7, the end, which was you've got like 24 people in a circle that share 12 to 14 microphones. So you've got people doubling up. So when you're not speaking, you would sit back. And then when your character is coming up, you'd share the mic and step back. So that's what we call ensemble voice recording. And they don't always do that. Like here in Toronto, you go in one at a time and only do your voices. I would say 80% of it is like that. And the other 20% is done in ensemble. But for whatever reason in Toronto, they don't do ensemble. And no, I can't say that. Whoops, I just about said something. I can't.
So most of the time you'll do that. That's fun. Someone asked, are you interested at all in Japanese culture? Maybe because of the fans behind you.
Oh, I love Japanese culture, and I find it fascinating that there was a whole Asian vibe to Mistmane. Like if you looked at her traditional, where she came from, her mother and father, it has a which is incredible to me because I didn't design Mistmane and I didn't design where she came from. That was, if you look at all the pillars, they're all from different, and I auditioned I had a callback for Madge Meadowbrook, Mistmane, and one of the other, who was it? One of the other pillars. And they're all different, and they're all from different places, right? So I find it interesting that she has an Asian vibe to her, very Japanese. It looks like she's wearing a kimono. Yeah, I have lanterns and umbrellas and whatnot in my life.
Do you think that Mistmane's gift is problematic sometimes? Example, are ponies annoyed when she goes into their house and leaves a trail of flowers on their carpet? I
would love that. I want a trail of flowers in my house. I've got flowers everywhere. If you've seen my house is like that anyway. But I want little waterways through my house with goldfish. Like my my partner is like, no. But I want a wall of flowers, a bio wall in my house. Like yes, it's not on the floor, but if you look now, I've got rose petals from my garden all around on the counter and all around on the floor. And my signature, which is so funny, I do a lot of big corporate fundraisers and big, huge events. And my signature that I do in every event is I buy bags and bags and bags and bags of rose petals, very, very cheap. And I put rose petals all through the entire event. And I've done that for years, way before Mistmane. So I find that interesting. I find it interesting that she leaves flowers wherever she goes, because I do too in my life. So there's another thing that I didn't even think of. Problematic. I don't know. Only if you don't like flowers, and how can you not like flowers?
Well, maybe it brings like bees into the house, and then maybe
I love bees too. How can you not love bees? They're little fairies that are only trying to help the world.
Do you have a favorite method acting experience?
I don't really understand that question. Method acting. What do you mean by that?
What's your favorite moment that you've had where you've method acted like a character for the first time?
Are you talking about in any acting experience?
The question just says, what's your favorite method acting moment? So maybe just overall.
I did a show called Naked Hamilton, and I played an alcoholic, crack addicted prostitute. This character was so out there. I mean, she was so out there. And I had to come reeling in from outside of the theater as if I'd come in off the street, drunk and really stoned and wrecked, like she's a broken individual. And I had to sit on people's laps and fall into their laps and lick bald men's heads. And like, I didn't have to, but I did as the character. And I had to be completely out of control, completely out of control, where I had to allow this character with all of her anger and her sadness and her confusion and her addiction and her heart that was in there too, come to the table fearlessly, where I would never do the things that the character did, ever. And I got very, very, I got rave reviews. They made a film of it. And this character was really out there. And people said to me, oh my God, that was like the most incredible performance I've ever seen. And I literally said, I wasn't there. Like they kept saying, you did such an incredible job. And I went, I wasn't there. So I feel that in those kinds of moments acting, you have to literally let go and let the voices and the characters that exist. And I've played many people that have passed. I've played many who, you know, like Virginia Woolf and Libby Holman and the British Prime Minister, and like so many people that have lived, Elsa Lanchester. I've played these characters and I always get rave reviews and they always think I somehow was a brilliant actor in it. And I'm like, I always say, no, the job of the actor is to remove myself from the equation and let their spirit come through you. And they're characters that have lived on this planet, like Ayn Rand and, you know, characters like that. I don't look anything. I'm tall, I'm slim, I'm blonde, and these characters are all short, diminutive, and dark-haired, and brilliant singers. And, you know, I've won awards for these characters, and I just always say, Judy Garland. I played Judy Garland and got like, I was called Judy Garland Reborn. Like, it just makes me laugh. And I say, Judy Garland showed up. And that's where I think moments of true acting, like where you truly allow the spirit of whatever character, that's a caring actor, is to just go, I'm not going to try and muscle this. I'm going to allow any moment to come in. But the one in Naked Hamilton, I've had many. Sky Gilbert runs the largest LGBT theater. He created it in '79, I think. And I'm sort of his muse, and I've done 27 of his plays and 3 of his films, and he sort of writes for me because he said, I've never met an actress who can go the distance and explore the underbelly of human nature the way you do. And I go, but I'm not doing it. I'm literally allowing somebody else to come in. And I feel that his shows have always highlighted pain and sadness and depression and violence and rage and humanity in such big ways. And those are difficult things to allow as a performer, I think.
Are you satisfied with the impact the characters you voice have on others, or does it tend to overwhelm you?
Oh God, no. I want to be overwhelmed. I want to be overwhelmed, and I want to satisfy. I want to come together in this fashion and share information and share ideas. I always, you know, everything is a dialogue. Everything is a dialogue. There are no monologues. So when I come to my work, I hear you talking with me as I'm voicing. I hear you asking me questions. I hear all the questions you're asking me feed my character in a moment. I don't know if that makes sense to you. So satisfied? Oh, I'm so satisfied because you're always with me. The only reason I open my mouth to speak is you, is the audience. And at the microphone, there's millions and millions of audience members with me as I'm communicating at the microphone, and I can hear you talking with me. And I always say, listen to my voice actors. Listen. You will hear the world communicating with you. You've got to listen. Listen and hearing are 2 different things, because most people say to me, I can't hear them. And I go, they're there. Just like you're here right now. All of you. All of you are here right now. I can't see you, but I can hear you.
So, why did you become a voice actress?
Oh, I didn't choose it. There's no why. I was a communicator from the moment I was born. I came out screaming a month and a half early. I was always told to be quiet. All of my report cards are, she talks too much. I was always creating little magic shows from tiny little kid. I took dance lessons and all different forms of dance, baton lessons and piano lessons and theater classes. And, you know, everything about my childhood was performance-based, everything. Because my parents recognized, although they told my parents I was retarded in kindergarten, they literally, the system said that I was retarded. I probably would have at that time been diagnosed with autism, ADHD and ADD. Maybe I displayed really, I never slept and I displayed and I rocked back and forth and I did all kinds of things. And I believe that there is genius in that. And I believe that that genius is trying to take information and give it to the world. And our institutionalized world doesn't recognize the genius that we all have. However we display, they will judge you for what you are not like the other people, whatever that means. And I think I came into this realm to heal through storytelling, whether it is in theater, whether it's in film and television, whether it's through voice acting. It's all the same thing. And so I didn't go seeking it. It was already there with me. And people go, well, how did you do it? Like, yeah, I went to university, but I ran the drama club all through high school. You know, it was just a part of me. And I don't think when I got to university so they said I was retarded in kindergarten and that I had to repeat kindergarten. But then in grade 2, they wanted to skip me 2 grades. And in grade 6, they wanted to skip me another grade because I was too intelligent. I was too whatever. Then I get to university with 3 scholarships to go to a theater program, a 4-year theater program. And the head of the school said, you're ahead of yourself. We don't know what to do with you. You're already acclimatized. Basically they were saying I'm like from the future, which just made me laugh. So I literally went to 4 years of university where nobody touched me. And I was a teacher's assistant in the first year. So what does that mean? Nobody taught me that. I believe that you either express because it's just who you are, right? It's who you are. It's what I signed up for on the other side to say, I'm coming to heal through storytelling. And that's what I did, even from the youngest of ages. Right? So yeah, I don't think there was a time when I chose it. It chose me way before I was born.
Do you, when you voice act, or I guess acting in general, prefer to play bad or good characters?
That's a tricky question. They're the same. I prefer everything. I think that a villain is just a hero who has fallen. So Lucifer was an angel. I believe that every villain has humanity in them and you need to help them realize themselves. So if I can find the humanity in a villain, then, I love playing the villain. And if I can, as the hero, overcome my fears and grow and heal, then I love it. And if as a sidekick, the comical character, if I can realize that I'm just as required as the hero and the villain, then hey. And oh my gosh, if you get the opportunity to be an ethereal, which is, transcends the hero, the villain, and the sidekick, then oh my gosh. All my students say, I like the villains more because I just like to be bad because we're told to sit down and behave ourselves our entire lives. We're institutionalized in being good. And we love that villains aren't good. They're bad and they're nasty, but they're not really nasty. They don't know they're being nasty. They've just been hurt and they're very excited about, destroying the world because they truly believe the world is a bad place. because they've been hurt. So yeah, no, I love both.
What was your first reaction to bronies? It's a show for little girls, not grown-up men.
The first convention I went to, I didn't know. I knew that I knew My Little Pony the show, I knew, all of it. But I didn't know who the fans were. I knew that Tabitha would come back from conventions with suitcases filled with presents and toys and flags and shirts and merch and stuff like given to her, gifts, chocolates and wine and all kinds of stuff, right? And I was like, what is happening? Because I'm thinking it's a little show for little girls. Are the parents giving that? What's happening? And then I went to my first convention, and it was in Texas. My very first convention was Nightmare Nights. Yeah, I think that was before I went to Manchester, which was my second. Yes. And I wasn't there for the opening. I was doing a voice convention in Texas, and somebody said, Elley Ray is in Texas doing a voice thing. We should bring her over to the convention center. And I remember Andrea Limpman was at the convention, one of the singers, and one of the animators. Wasn't Big Jim. I can't even remember who it was. But anyway, there were some guests that were there. And they said, well, we'll come and pick you up from your convention or from my voice class for that weekend. And they picked me up Saturday night, and they took me to the Meat Festival. So this will mean nothing to you, the Polish fans, but in Texas on Nightmare Nights, every year, they would do this buffet at this place where hundreds of kinds of meat, every kind of meat, sausage, huge things, steak, filet mignon, ribs, like it was the most insane thing I have ever witnessed in my life. I have never seen so much meat with all of these bronies that were there. And I'm here to tell you there was probably 90% were male, maybe even 95%. There was, I don't even.
It was probably more because Nightmare Nights was like 2013, 2014, and there were like, I was one of the very few women back then too, so it was very male dominated at the beginning of the
It was so male, and it was so not young male. Like, I'm not talking about, and I was like, what is happening? This is so insanely awesome. I can't even stand it. And anyway, I ate probably 50 pounds of meat. I've never eaten that much meat. And then they brought in the cakes, which were as bad as the meat, as good as the meats, but it was too much, right? Everything in Texas is bigger, is bigger, is bigger. Like, go more, go more, go more. So that was my first taste of it. I went back. They drove me back to the hotel. They put me up in the hotel for the night. And I partook in the lobby and ponies in cosplay and ponies in fursuits and I don't know what I was prepared for. I wasn't prepared is what I think I need to say. I wasn't prepared for. I just went, I have found my people. I found them. I have found my jazz. Like, if you can tell, like, I'm like a pride float. Like, I am colorful and you don't know what I am. And I arrived there and I went, I'm in love. Like, I don't know what to say. Everything about it is spectacular. Everything about this is exciting to me. And I, went and they had bands and they had all kinds of dancing and they had all kinds of stuff going on. And I was just overwhelmed. I went to bed and I felt drunk on the experience. I went, this is so fabulous. I don't even know. I never want it to end. And the next morning, we woke up and we did autographs and we did panel discussion. And then we did the closing ceremonies. And I had a lineup for autographs. Like, I didn't even understand. Like, I thought are you kidding me? Like, what is happening? I don't even know what's happening. And that was the beginning of my love affair with My Little Pony bronies. Like, I literally went, I don't ever want this to end, and it hasn't. It hasn't ended. I just continue it because it's where I find my happiness. It's where I am most happy. It's where I find people that are very much like me in so many ways that I just, I go, I have found you, and oh boy, am I excited about it.
Awesome. We have to restart the Zoom meeting because it's just giving me a time warning, but then I'll put it back up. So we'll just refresh the Zoom meeting here really quick so we have more time and we have plenty more questions.
How do I refresh the Zoom?
I'm just going to end the call and then I'll send you a new link in your email.
Okay, hon.
Yeah. So give me 1 second.
Take your time.
Yeah, 1 second. I'll stay here.
I'm gonna leave this meeting with us, and I'm gonna check out.
Yeah, you stay. Don't worry.
Oh, stay on
you
Zoom?
No, I'm just gonna end the meeting. You can still hear me because we're in Discord. So.
Oh, good.
Let me.
Oh yeah, right. I've got 2 things going on because all I can see right now is I can't see the Zoom screen. I'm just seeing the Discord server. Is everybody having a good time in Poland?
Yeah, we do, for sure.
Yeah? It's so wonderful being here with you all today. It's so wonderful. I love you all so very much. You make me very, very happy.
I will just have a little information for all of us. After it's 6 p.m. our time, of course, we are finishing the Q&A and then only the signing session. So if anyone will ask anything after 6 p.m. we will just clear it. There is an information on the chat for you too, in English and in Polish. Okay, so now in Polish. O godzinie 18 kończymy Q&A, więc wszystkie pytania zadane po tej godzinie zostaną wyczyszczone. Przechodzimy tylko i wyłącznie na sign session, ponieważ powiedzmy sobie wprost, na co dzień macie okazję, żeby poprosić o autograf tak znamienitą osobę, więc bardzo was proszę, po godzinie 18 nie zadawajcie już więcej pytań. Mamy ich dosyć sporo już na czacie, więc musimy to nadrobić. I just said that we are just after 6 p.m. we are not accepting any more questions for you because we already have plenty of those and we still need to grab on those. And they will just ask you for the autograph, of course. That's fine for you.
Hopefully I can answer all your questions. I want to make sure everybody gets their questions asked.
Yeah, well, let's go like this. If someone is going to ask a question after 6 p.m.,
yes,
they might do it, but they need to take the autograph too. So we won't have any more additional questions because it's, But you can do how you like, to be honest. It's your show, not mine.
It is? Oh my gosh, it's my show.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Oh, we're back.
Am I launched in Zoom?
Yep, you're good. You're good.
Yes,
okay, we're back.
It's rolling. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's rolling. I love that it's rolling. That's what I like. Rolling. Oh, nice. I love it. I love it. I love it. I need to get a picture of this because I've got an inky notebook and I've got.
Elley takes lots of photos.
I will.
Yeah, we can see it on her Twitter.
I want the world to know. I want the world to know about the Polish con, right? They need to know. City.
And we have a lot of questions, so...
Yes, for the questions. Let's talk, everybody. Why don't you answer some questions I have for you?
Oh, God. What kind of questions?
Is this an exam or something?
I did not prepare myself for this.
You're on a roll.
Well, we have a bunch of other questions, so if we can do some quick answers for those, then we can ask them questions, right?
Let's ask.
Okay, so really quick here. Is there a character you don't like?
Oh, are you kidding? That's cruel. I love everybody.
How did you get onto MLP? Did somebody bring you onto the team or offer you a job?
Tabitha St. Germain is my best friend. She introduced me to the show because I would babysit her animals while she would go to conventions. And I'm like, what is this? And my room would be filled with everything pony related. So where my bedroom that when I go visit was filled with stuff. I was like, what is all this stuff? She introduced me to the show. I then got an audition for the show magically because of course I said, I want to do this. And of course I did. And that's how I was introduced to the show. Blame it on Tabitha St. Germain. That's why I'm here.
I've been asked a question. I got asked, how do I find working with Elley? Is it hard to keep up with her energy? Because all she's been giving us is positive vibes. I've known Elley for a little bit now, but working with her and interacting with her has been insane because she is a lot and so positive and so flowery and magical. And she gives me a lot of she gives me a lot of energy and positivity. I've been in the fandom for a long time myself. I do the Traveling Pony Museum project, and I also do voice acting. And so Elley is like my voice acting mentor, and that's kind of we met through MLP, through conventions, and then I was pursuing voice acting professionally, and then she became like my teacher and mentor, and then I started working for her, and it's been this odd cycle of just weird magical manifestations.
Yes, but what I'd like to tell every pony that's listening here right now is that I want you to give all your vibes to Megan Humans so that she has agents in the United States of America and can become a union professional.
You're too much, Elley. She's so much. You're a lot.
So everybody good wishes for Megan Humans to get become a union professional and you know, do all the big jobs.
Besides taking good care of your vocal cords, Elley, what advice would you give to newbie voice actors?
Oh my gosh, delight in it. Love your audience. Love your audience. Remember they are there because we forget. We come to the microphone in our home studios and in studio where we're not an ensemble and we feel alone in the fishbowl where the director and the producers and the writers are on the other side of the glass and you are turned off and you just dance and you sing and you do all of this at the microphone. You've got to remember your audience. Please, please, because the only reason you open your mouth is because you have a world full of people that are disenfranchised and alone and depressed and sad and angry and hurting and confused, and they need to know that you hear them. So please do that for me. And I urge every single one of you to follow your dreams. Communicate. That's what the human connection is. It's communication. It's talking together. Okay?
Why do you think ponies haven't gone to space?
They have. Oh, what?
You know, they did though. Somebody in 2012 or 2013, they etched a laser part for NASA into this International Space Station. So I think it's Luna. I think it's Princess Luna is laser engraved into a part on the space station in space.
Did you know that? Now ask me why I know that.
Why do you know that, Elley? I know why I know that. It's because I was there. Like, not there. But I
think because I read it somewhere because I was, when I was in Russia at a pony convention, they had, I saw Mistmane, her logo on a car in Japan. And it was posted somewhere. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I want to do that on my car. And then when I was in Russia, all of the cars and the vans had ponies on them. So they were all, I was overwhelmed. And I think I Googled My Little Pony on machinery, on cars, on stuff. And I think it showed up. I think that's where it showed up, that it was etched, that there was a character etched on this station or some space thing.
I'm finding the picture so I can put it in the
Yeah.
in the
So
chat.
yeah, Ponies in Space, that's been done.
Yeah, it went on the International Space Station, so she's still there.
I
which is
love it.
very
It's
fun.
so awesome. That's so awesome.
If you could have any animal that you've never had as a pet, so it can't be a
Oh.
dog or anything. If you could pick
Oh.
any animal, what would it be?
Oh, so many. So many. I think. Oh, it's so many. Can I have a combination? So it would be part elephant, part dolphin, whale, and part, don't tell me. Oh, there's so many that I love. That I don't have. Okay, then, well, that can't have that. Unicorn. As a pet.
How are you always so positive?
I take drugs. No.
Elley.
No, I'm kidding. But that's what everybody says to me. They think I'm on drugs. They go, "You're so stoned." And I'm like, I don't do drugs. I don't need them. Have you met me? They put me on drugs as a child to try and make me stop doing the behaviors that I did, which didn't help. I'm positive because I choose it. I choose that every day. I've died twice and come back. I've had that experience in my life. So I value my life. I value my life. I'm a survivor of abuse, and I think when you go, wow, I could not be here. Maybe I want to see every moment as a moment I'm grateful for. I'm so entitled. Like I have so many beautiful things in my life. So many. I actually started, as Megan knows this, I started taking a course from Yale because it's on one of my things to do list. And it's the wellness of happiness, because I thought I teach voiceover a lot at different universities. So I thought I'd take this course with a psychiatrist, and it's how to raise your happiness. And I thought, well, I could help that with my students because a lot of my students are depressed. And I just want to make it better for everybody. And you do a test at the beginning of the course where you measure your happiness. And my happiness was, where the heck is it? I think I even have it here right now. You do what's called these rewirements, right? And here's, like, I don't know if you can see this. So 9.9.94. So my measure your happiness. At the beginning, when I started, it was 9.94 out of 10. So that's almost 10. And I was taking this course, and people are like, "Are you really that happy?" And I go, "I don't know. I think so." I just answered the questions that were on and your goal when you take this course is that you want to increase your happiness. Well, if I'm at 9.94, I guess I need to increase my happiness to 15 out of 10. Do you know what I mean? So we try to gradiate our happiness when I think all you have to do is smile and say, "I'm so happy." And you are. The elephants pets. Okay, that is the cutest thing I saw. Elephants. They call me an alien, like an alien.
I like
That's my-
elephants.
I like elephants
Cute.
is great.
Elley, do you
Yes.
sing? And if so, will you sing something?
I would. Okay, so this is such a weird thing, you know. I don't consider myself a singer. although I've been nominated for Best Singer for a Dora Mae Vermore Award twice, which is our Tony Awards in Canada, which is funny. But I sing a lot of characters sing in animated series, but I sing as the character. I don't sing as Ellie. So again, I'm going to say that somebody else comes in and sings. So if you ask me to sing right now, you're going to go, what's happening? What can I sing? What can I sing?
Do you know any of the pony songs?
Off by heart? No, I have to sing them with.
Oh.
I mean, what's the awesome one that I love so much? So all the songs start to become the same song for me. Face, gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. I don't even know the words of that second part. Put on a happy face. Spread sunshine all over the place and put on a happy face. Ta-da! Awesome. I like, well, that's one of my favorite songs, you know, where it's from the movie. It's like,
Yeah.
awesome.
Got to be awesome.
That's one of my,
You've no
love.
idea how hard it's been.
Yeah,
I love Captain Solano.
I blast that song.
I love that song.
But I got to sing along with it. It's like my brain, the memory of it, all of a sudden what happens is every song from MLP becomes the same song. Whereas if they're done individually and I hear them, I can sing along with them, which is why I like sing along. I like when we sing together. Like I love when we sing songs together. So I've done other conventions where, you know, we'll play songs and then we'll all just sing. Like you guys all know all the, you know, just sing with the songs. It's like my brain has got like, it's backwards. Like my brain is backwards, which is a good thing, I think. Sometimes it helps. But so when for example, if you put, that's where my dyslexia, my ADHD and everything will go. Is it the word? What is the words? Are the words here? Because I know too many words. I know too many things. I have too many things in my Rolodex. So we should do a sing-along at some point.
We'll have to do that.
Come on.
That'd be fun. It would be fun. We'll play the music and do it.
Yeah.
If you could explore any location in Generation 4 Equestria, where would you go?
Ponehenge.
Ponehenge. That'd be fun.
Ponehenge, and then I would go and I'd really create some magic. I'd create the vortex. I'd use Ponehenge and create vortex.
Someone else asked if you like the horse puns, like the horse names like Manhattan or Ponehenge, and then you brought up Ponehenge, so I guess you like them, right?
Oh my gosh, are you kidding? I love them. It's like Punyan, right? What we were on the last convention we came up with, I was making people cry, apparently.
Ponyan, the pony onion? Yeah.
I call it the Punyan, right? Onion and pone together, Punyan. And we created Punyans, and they were all like shallot, and it was just ridiculous. But it was so much fun because that's the great thing about this fandom is you can go off in so many beautiful directions. Duck, duck, go.
Do you like, or what do you think of the minions from Despicable Me?
They're awesome. The minions are there. They are followers, but uniquely they've all got their unique personalities. They're a beautiful little tribe of things.
They're very fun.
They're ridiculous. I love them.
What was your reaction to being asked for an autograph for the very first time?
Well, I got into trouble because I was like, why are you paying for this? And the rest of the voice actors were like, wah. So I didn't understand. I didn't really get it. I didn't get it. I didn't get. Been asked for autographs outside the stage door of theater shows. I've been asked for my autograph a lot, but I've never experienced the convention scene where you sit at a table and people line up down the hallway to get an autograph from you. I just didn't. I was like, what's happening? Like, So, and my problem is that I just want to talk with everybody, and it's an assembly line when you're, you got to go fast because you got all these people waiting, and I'm like, wait a minute, I want to hug every pony. I want to know who you are. I want to meet you and talk to you and talk about your fears and your confusions, and it takes time, and it makes the convention people go, you got to hurry up. And I was like, why? And as Megan knows, I always like to do breakout rooms where we can chat. Like I like to chat with ponies. That's what I like. I like to know who you are, right? I really like to know who you are.
So we have one last question, and then we can ask them questions, because I know
Great.
you're curious. So, Princess Luna or Princess Celestia? Are you on Team Sun or Team Moon?
I'm on, and the reason I'm on Team Moon is because she's played by my best friend. Luna,
Awesome.
yeah. I would
So
say
Team
Princess
Luna.
Team Luna.
Hashtag Lunar Republic.
Yeah.
Solar Empire, the Lunar Republic. We're on the Lunar Republic side.
We're on the Lunar Republic.
So we're gonna ask these poor ponies some questions.
Yes. What is the power? What do you think is the power of My Little Pony as a show? What is the power that it has over you?
See if anybody answers from the audience.
What kind of power does this show have that makes you so in love with it? So
That's a tough question.
what do you think it is? What has it got that makes you love it so?
It's just different, I think. It's why it's different than others.
Different how? In what way? How is it different? I've done hundreds and hundreds of animated series. Why is it different? What is it? Because I don't understand. It's like, it's a phenomenon. Like I don't, it's got a huge fan base, and I don't, and people ask me, why are they followers of why? And I go, I don't know really. I should ask my bronies what it is. What is it that you love? Is it the bronies you love? Is it the team spirit you love? Is it the camaraderie you love? Is it the stories themselves? What is it?
I think it's because everyone can find something for themselves, and it's that, it's people, it's other people that make art, make videos, make voice acting, make everything. And on the other side, series itself gives the sense everyone can find something in it, something for themselves. It's
like
when someone has a problem or something, and they can find it calming or something like that.
Okay, that makes sense to me. But now that Generation 4 has ended, what has sort of taken the place of MLP in your world? Like, there's tons and tons and tons of I jury the Emmys every single year, and fabulous animated series, like really, really wonderful animated series. Has anything taken the place of it while you wait for Generation 5?
A lot of people really switch to other things, like find other interests and find other things to do in a wait, or some people don't really want to see Generation 5 and they completely find something else. So
Like what? Well, like I'm thinking of. Has anybody seen? I don't know. Tales of Arcadia. Tales of Arcadia. It probably hasn't been put into Polish yet, but it's you know, or Elena of Avalor.
I think that when it comes to MLP
Yeah.
in animation and cartooning,
Yeah.
that MLP really addressed a lot of things in the show that other cartoons and animation don't. And they addressed these things in such a way with a large cast where
Right.
the cast characters are so varied, and each one has its own distinct personality and flaws, and that how they address those characters, the character problems, how they world build in MLP, they recently, in like recent years, in animation haven't really done anything like that. And I think that so for example, the closest show that I could think that addresses things similarly might be like Steven Universe or like Kipo. But or like maybe even like Avatar The Last Airbender, right?
Right.
But and they all have fandoms. Like they each have a fandom,
Right.
but what really brought the MLP fandom together was because like all of these fandoms have artists and creatives, but the conventions aspect so
Right.
early on in the lifespan of the series brought so many people together really quickly that it encouraged a lot of creativity and music and YouTube videos and then the fandom, because it was so big so early on, influenced the show, and you got this echo chamber of the show staff interacting with the community on such a close relationship so soon, and that even things in the fandom reflected in the show, like they made homages to things.
Right.
That it built this really strong network of community and society of this show that other shows don't have. And so it's hard for people so a lot of bronies will become furries because the furry community is very similar, and you're going to a very similarly built community where that's already
Right.
long established. But when you try and go into other shows, there's no sense of community in the same way. So I think a lot of people stay in the brony and or furry circle, and they don't end up going to other shows.
Would you feel that, like the only like large cast, there's anime has a lot of large cast. Why, there's a similarity in that, and I'm interested to know if the bronies are interested in anime.
Yeah, I think a lot of bronies are interested in like anime and video games. It's not that they're not interested in other animated shows.
Right.
It's that like even in the anime fandom, the anime fandom is very it's not a community in the same way either. Like anime cons are so impersonal almost.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yes, absolutely.
So it really boils down to the fact that MLP and the brony fandom is really unique in so many ways because of the community that formed so early on that became so close. Like the brony fandom and like the furry fandom, right, feel like families. Like when you join, you're really a part of something. You have,
Yeah.
they both have original characters, right? So you have your own pony or you have your own furry character, and you come in, and
Right.
and you're addressed that way, and you can interact with people that way. But when you go into other fandoms like anime has such a turnover for shows and so fast that people aren't making like, you know, maybe some people are making original characters for anime and stuff, but it's, you can talk about anime, but it's not, the show runs maybe 1 season, 2 seasons, you know. MLP was 10 years. So you
Is it
Yeah.
a cute factor? Like, here's where it gets, it's because it was made for young girls. That was who it was created for. That's who their target audience was. So what I find fascinating is the target audience, and these people, that they have jobs to target audiences. Like, that's
Mhm.
what they do, right? And even they don't understand the phenomenon. Like, if you talk to creators and the
Right.
people, the money people, they're like, we don't know how this happened. We don't know how it happened that 30 plus males, which are the 30-year-old males that kind of started following it, became the fascination. It
So
became like,
yeah, this was something that because I was in that Brony documentary like way
Yeah.
back when, that we were talking about in the interviews.
yeah,
Because I was doing a lot of fandom stuff at the time, and still am. And I think my answer is still the same to that, which might help, is that in a lot of Western animation and cartoons that have been out in that time frame, they really treated kids like kids. Like, they talked simply or down or more like childish, and or they didn't really talk about anything. It was like
Yeah.
ridiculous and more comedic and more just, you know, all over the place. And MLP came in for my age range and above, and what it did that really siphoned, that I think, in my opinion, siphoned a lot of older people to it, was that it reminded our generation and like my age of cartoons that we watched when we were kids, where they really treated us like adults. Because a lot of the cartoons that I grew up on spoke to you like an adult, and they really talked about serious issues. They talked about like death, hard topics, personality problems, fighting with friends. They really addressed adult topics. And MLP came in with its very colorful and fun, cartoony kind of thing, but really addressed serious topics that a young adult was now having to go through. Twilight Sparkle, as a young adult, was now moving on in her life and didn't know all of these things and had to learn from the ground up. And you have a lot of people in our generation who are very introverted or secluded for things that we liked, right? Like, so I grew up really liking anime, but when I was a kid, anime wasn't cool. It was what you got made fun of, right? So, now it's suddenly cool and everybody likes anime, and it's hard, right? Because that's the stuff that like I got made fun of. And you see Twilight, who doesn't know, she couldn't make friends. She was really interested in something specific. For her, it was books, and then she had to learn how to fix the problem she had. And Fluttershy was so shy and couldn't break out of her shell and had to learn how to speak up and defend herself. And Applejack had to learn that there was more of her life outside of work and her family, and how to have a work-life balance and all this stuff.
All that.
But other shows didn't. Right. But there's a lot of problems with toxic masculinity, right? Where and a lot of men, I feel, are, instead of helped when they have a problem or they have a feeling they don't feel good, they get told just to grow up, to man up, to deal with it, And so when you suddenly can connect to a character emotionally, like Fluttershy or Rainbow Dash or Twilight, right? And see problems that you have reflected in something else, in a character, who then will help you grow because you're watching them solve this problem. You connect to it really well because there was no other connection for you because other people dismissed you. And I think that because the community was suddenly so welcoming that it didn't matter who you were, where you were from. If you were a brony, you were a brony. You are our family, right? And suddenly you get all of these people who didn't have connections before, who didn't have a group to turn to, who didn't feel like they belonged, and they were suddenly belonging. They suddenly had a place where they could be themselves with their own character, and they weren't judged for it. And that community was very, very protective in the beginning as well. Like, it still is. But I think that MLP really appealed to a lot of people who needed help or needed advice, and they weren't getting that advice from like anywhere else in their life.
Yeah, I hear that, and I really do understand it, but I was doing shows that I feel, I might be totally wrong, offered that sort of stuff. I don't, preschool shows for me, I agree with you, get very, very patronizing and very sort of, oh, come on, gets to that cutie patootie stuff. And I agree that we had a different form. Like if you look at something like Redwall, or you look at like, these are advanced children's animated series, but they're very advanced mature wise in storytelling. I don't know. I still, having done it all, it fascinates me. It still to this day, I hear you, what you're saying, and I still go,
I think what
sounds
really
like no rationale, but you can say it for other shows too. Like it could have been for other shows that I've been in, right?
I think what really helped it explode in popularity was 4chan and the internet, because people tried to make fun of it. They put it up and they went, oh, here we go. Here's a colorful show for kids, haha. And they went to make fun of it, and they watched the show and they went, oh, I like this. Oh no. And then they were like, well, hey, how about you watch it with me? Haha, we can make fun of it together. Ha 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 ha. And then they were like, oh, I also like it. Oh, I also like it. Oh no, I also like it. And then people, it went viral is what happened.
My theory is all of that stuff about, technology being the king of everything and making everybody go where they want to go. I'm going to just come back to, because I've been asked this question a lot, and it's a phenomenon, and I go, we can explain why we think, which is great and everything, but I'm going to come back to this basic thought. Right or wrong, it doesn't matter. Friendship is magic. That's it. Beyond all the characters, beyond all the what isn't sexist stuff like this and all the blah blah doo 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 da 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 da. I believe that it is magic. We talked about this earlier in the conversation. And all the writers and all the animators and all that people that think they were creating the are part of it. But the thing itself is a combination of audience, VAs, animators, musicians, directors, producers, etc. Like the entire world of this is the magic of our world. It's the reason it's got this kind of breadth, expansion, whatever you want to call it, is because it's the magic. And I'm going to sit with that.
No, I agree with you. I think
right. I think we can try to figure it out. Like, and so many people have given me, and I always ask. I go, "What do you think it is?" I'll ask people, and I'll get a lot of different sort of reasons. It's like this is a phenomenon, whether you recognize it or not, folks in the audience. You are part of something unheard of and unknown. Like, it's like, what? Which is why people want to make movies about it, because like, what is it? And then they want to you know, the people that are outside of it want to make fun of it or make fun of those that follow it or whatever. But they're the outsiders. Like there's a much bigger group that are a part of it than those that are outside of it, in my estimation, that focus on those kinds of things. Do you know what I mean? Like I have met bronies that are in their 70s. So, you know, I always go, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I have met guys from the army who have survived, you know, bad tours over, and they are like, it saved me. And I'm like,
yeah, I found
what?
that like a lot of service members, like Army,
Yeah.
Navy, Air Force, tend to really,
Yeah.
really like MLP. A lot of my friends who are like ex-service really connected. I
Same.
think it's comforting, right? Because I think one of the core aspects, right, is that you get a cutie mark.
Yes.
When you become a pony, or you know, you grow up, you get a cutie mark, and you're placed where you're supposed to be. You're placed in this, like, I guess you're almost placed in a box, right? Where you're told that this is what you have to do, and this is your cutie mark. But when you look at the world of MLP and you look at the characters with the cutie marks, it's not a box. They don't treat it as a box. They go, this is my special talent. How can I now take my little box talent and spread it as far as possible? How can I take what I'm good at and use it for more than one thing? And I think that also really appealed to a lot of people who only could see the box that they were put in.
Yeah.
And then they saw characters who were like, well, this is what my cutie mark is. Now I'm stuck here. And other characters in the show were like, you're not. Let me help you find where you can be. And like, no matter what your talent was or like who you were, it didn't matter because you had a place in the fandom, in the community. And that's like the same in the fandom, right? So
Like, I mean, I've had so many magical moments in this fandom, like far too many to mention on today. But I mean, moments of immense, transformative moments for a human being on this planet, this time around the sun, that has just made me weep, that has made my soul weep. And I mean, because it's so moving. The moment is moving, that I share with bronies. And usually, you know, I go out after the shy folks that are kind of sitting alone out in the hallways or whatever. And I, you know, go up and say, you know, I want to give you a hug or whatever. And they're so shocked or whatever. And they, you know, they'll stand up and we kind of share this moment of humanity together, you know, and I've had moments where people are so generous. Like I find people in the fandom are so generous. It's unbelievable. And just witnessing people that are maybe physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually challenged in some way that can't even communicate because they're in a wheelchair or whatever, at fandoms. And just, you know, where you make the effort to include them in the group. And I think Chris is still here where, you know, I remember one such moment at a phenomenal convention, MetroCon. And we met a beautiful, beautiful brony who couldn't speak. And her handler, she was in a wheelchair, and she wrote with her finger on the side of the chair part of the, you know, and I went up to her and I said, are you having a great time? And her handler said, well, she can't really speak, but I know what she can say. And I actually could read what she was writing with her finger. And she was a huge fan of MLP. And the convention we were at, MetroCon, was not just an MLP convention, although we had a booth for all the MLP stuff. Anyway, long story short was we had this huge discussion, this heartwarming moment. Chris gave her her plushie of Mistmane, because I was saying, you have to come back tomorrow, like, you know, oh my gosh. And, you know, her handler said, you know, the time spent has changed this person's life. She already loved to be here, but nobody talked to her because, you know, you don't go up to somebody for the most part. But I feel like at a convention, and you can. You literally, there are no walls, there are no definitions, there are no anything. And she came the next day and took a voice class. Like, I cannot tell you in my heart what that, and like, that would never happen anywhere else. Like, it just wouldn't. It just wouldn't happen where somebody feels transported, recognized, heard, included, all of it as part of the team. That kind of transformative energy. It is magic. It's magic. I'm telling you. I don't know what it is, but don't try to figure out the magic. You'll never figure it out. It's just magic, you know?
We've gone on such a long tangent about this.
I know.
I think we were supposed to be asking them other questions, and we've just gone on this long conversation.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just feel there's magic in there's magic in it, and that's what it is. If you try to understand what the fandom is, what MLP is, what it's going to be, you can't. It's magic. It is exactly what it's supposed to be. You know?
Unfortunately, we are closing to the end of the panel. We have still a couple of minutes. But before, I wanted to ask the audience, is anyone more want to ask Elley for autograph or something like this? Chciałem zapytać, czy ktoś z Was jeszcze chciałby tutaj osobiście, głosowo poprosić Elley o autograf? Jeśli tak, to się zgłoście na czacie, albo ewentualnie, jak będzie chwila ciszy, to zapytajcie.
Oh dear. Oh, it can't be over already. It's only been 2.5 hours.
We're going to do the autograph signing. So we have a little bit more time to do the autograph signing, so you can make sure to get who you're signing for.
As long as Shred Toad, you're so awesome. Yes, it was a blast, Celestia fan, when you came out of the hospital.
I could go for another one.
I'm seeing signing session text with the number 7 beside it. Do I need to pay attention to that? Okay.
No, just...
Good.
Yeah, just wait for now. We'll move you.
I heard that someone tried to start to talk. Anyone? Or it was a blooper? Maybe he's too shy. If anyone want to ask something verbal, maybe this is the occasion for this. Jeśli ktoś chciałby zadać coś, powiedzieć osobiście, no to jeszcze macie okazję.
And they're just quiet.
Oh, come on. You're not quiet, all you ponies. I'm going to have fun.
I could go for another one.
Yeah.
Oh, please don't be shy.
Don't be
Because
shy.
I received the other one from the streamer one.
Oh, Supersonic was warned.
Oh.
You've been
Maybe
warned.
too fast.
Capital letters. Watch the capital letters. It's like you're shouting. I love the image. It's almost over. No, didn't get warned, and it is screaming in the image.
Lots of people in the chat, in the signing session text chat, because I think, Elley, you're looking at the English chat, but people down here saying that they would love to thank us for coming and doing this, and that you're a big boost of positive energy, and that the meeting was wonderful.
Aww. And we'll see you in Europia.
One day. You're gonna come to go to a Polish convention, right?
Yeah. You're gonna be on the pony train. You're all gonna come on the pony train and we can all celebrate and bring our plushies and we can have a plushie con of our own on the train. No, you are the magic shred tone.
If we can change our time zone, then we can have more meetups, says Solny in the
Yes.
chat.
We are all part of the magic. I am you, you are me. There's only one energy here. It's called we. We are the magic. We are successful. We are joyful. Look at that little dancing pony. I want a dancing pony. I want a dancing pony in my thread. Da 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 ya da da la da 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 awesome. Okay, so while we were talking, Tabitha's saying to me, you know, I'm just putting this out there, but you could drive across Canada rather than fly. Because she's afraid of, if I go on the plane, that I'm going to pick up COVID, even though I've had both vaccinations and I literally have the PPE hazmat stuff for the plane. She's like, but you know, if you drive, you won't have any problems. I'm like, it's like 5 days to drive across Canada.
Oh God,
You
5
should do
hours.
it though.
5 days.
It's
5
5 days, so it's 6 hours to fly.
Well,
And 5
Ellie,
days.
I
Yeah.
drove
5
I drove
days?
cross country from New York to Seattle, and it only took me 4 days. So you can do it. Do it.
Are you, listen to what you're saying right now. I like
I did do it. I did it in 2012 for Everfree Northwest. I drove from New York to Seattle for the con.
Are you kidding? It took me
No, I'm
4
not. I did
days?
that. It took me 4 days because I drove
Where
like
did
24
you-
hours
where
a
did you
day.
stop? Where did you sleep?
I slept in the car and I drove like constantly every day.
By yourself?
No, I had somebody helping me with the time.
Okay, look at the car with the ponies going like this.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
you can drive to any con, Ellie. It's never too far away.
Okay, listen, Inky, stop it. I will not be driving. Have you?
I'll pick you up. I'll pick you up and we'll go on a road trip.
Okay, if you pick me up, I'll go with you, but I'm not doing it by myself. I need friends. I need friends by my side, especially in the car. Okay, look at Derby.
Spitfire Brony says that, Ellie, you are a wonderful and positive person who cheers everybody up.
Oh, we hear, listen, you guys. Every pony out there, you are the ones who cheer me up. My energy comes from you. I get my energy from you because there is only one energy and it's we. I'm going to say it again. It's not like I'm so positive and I'm so energetic, which everybody always says. It's like, no, we are. We are. I'm just reflecting you back at you. I really like you too. Fred, you're funny. Yeah, so we have to, you know, this is how you heal the world. What we're doing right now, all of this joy that we're feeling and all of this fun and all of this coming together, and you're all in Poland and all over the place. Like there's a bunch of ponies from all over the place. I'm in Canada, Megan's in New York. I mean, we're literally from all over the place. And look at us swinging around together, sharing this magic. I'm going to say it again. This friendship, this glorious kind of Ponation. You know what I mean?
Ponation? I love Ponation.
Ponation. Right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at that pony on the record player. Fuff. Ah. Yeah, Fuff is
We're
right.
overloading on Fuff. So were we gonna do the autographs here?
What do we want to do, City? Yes, absolutely, Arthur. Oh, oh, yeah, yes. Okay. Is this
Okay.
your mother? Yes. Your mother always helped you? Oh, I love her. Oh, what's your mother's name, Arthur?
It's English
Okay.
Mary.
Oh, Mary. Mary. Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can.
Arthur?
Yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, so I was just wondering, so you do travel around even though you're in a wheelchair, you get to go to conventions in Poland? Okay,
Oh,
I understand what you
okay.
mean.
Mhm.
Yes, but you can still go to conventions and does your mother help you move around when you go to conventions? Okay, so sorry. I'm sorry. Well, I would like to everybody who's on the call right now, Artur, Artur, I would like everybody who's on the call right now to just take a moment and can we all say a little prayer for Mary, Artur's mother, to if she's not well and she's trying to heal and get better. Can we all take a moment and just say a little prayer for Mary?
Yeah.
Yes, we all hope that your mom gets better and feels better soon. And that's very nice of her that she helped you go to conventions and see all of your friends. That's really generous of your mom to do that.
Yeah, great.
She
It's
sounds like
really,
a
really
very nice person.
And hopefully I get a chance to meet you. I really hope I get a chance to meet you next year when conventions open up.
So we do have to finish soon because there are other panels that the con is going to be doing. So if we want to talk really quick, we have about 50... Ellie, what are you doing? Stop.
Ellie.
We have about 20 minutes from right now to talk about the autographs. I think Speedy said that there were a handful of people who wanted to do autographs. So if they want to tell you who they are and messages and stuff, we can do that now while we have the time.
Okay.
Sweet. What time is it, McKelly?
Hello, hello, hello. Who am I talking to now?
Any caller? Hello?
Yes.
Hello.
Maybe it was an accident.
Yeah, I think it was another blooper.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So anyone wants to be next?
Don't be shy. I don't bite.
Yeah, not really.
Not really. I'm a lover, not a fighter biter. I'm not a biter.
I can just say that I don't know what to say.
That's okay. What are you happy about today? And I mean, for those folks, if you're feeling a bit shy, I know that City has the list of people that want me to sign autographs. I will send you much love on the autograph card as long as you let him know your name, and if you want to send the autograph card to somebody special, so it's not for you, make sure I have their name, and you can mention a little something about them, sort of like Arthur mentioning his mom Mary, who I'm gonna, on his autograph, I will say a little love out to Mary as well as Arthur.
Speedy also asked me if you would doodle little ponies on people's autograph cards.
Yes, because when I'm live in person, I have a stamp that I actually, it's 2 different stamps of ponies that I literally stamp onto you when you come up to me. So you get all kinds of little images of ponies, and I have stickers that I put on your face and all kinds of stuff. So I will doodle ponies.
Nice to hear that.
In the chat, in the signing session chat, Nicola said, I believe that this panel has positively affected a lot of people who are here right now, and I'm deeply grateful for that. I personally think that a lot of us will look at everything from a different perspective from now on, a more positive and appreciative one.
Oh, that's fantastic. Remember, you're truly loved, and all you have to remember on top of the fact that we are together, we are a team, there's no I in team, and that if you can all just remember your worth, because if you remember that I am you, because we are one energy, then you know that your worth is spectacular. Then you know that you're golden. You know that you're joyful. You know you are.
I think some people might be nervous.
Of course they are nervous.
Don't
be nervous.
But don't be nervous. This is such a friendly and welcoming community, and Ellie really loves talking to people in the fandom. She loves talking to bronies, so don't feel shy talking to her. She's so nice.
And as Inky knows, if this was on Zoom, but we can only accommodate so many faces. I like to see everybody I'm talking to. I like to see you. It's not about seeing me. It's about I want to see you. I want to hear you. I want to communicate with you. I want to share. These moments are special moments. These moments will last with you. These moments will help you get through the end of COVID, because it just gives us some strength to feel a part of a community. And that's really important to remember. You're not alone. You really are not alone. And there's nothing to be shy about at all. There's nothing to be shy about. Because this is the place where you don't need to be shy ever, 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 ever. It's the place where you can be you and be totally you and be loved for being you.
So maybe I have a little question. Oh, sorry, Bershi, it's your turn. Go
I
ahead.
just wanted to say that what you said before about the fandom and about the whole My Little Pony was quite moving for me, and thank you for that. You're an amazing person.
Like I said, I'm a reflection of you, ponies. I'm a reflection of you. You've got to realize this. I'm not anything except a reflection of you. And I mean that. I mean that with all sincerity. Which is why it's so great, because I sense this reflection presence of so many ponies. It's really an incredible love and pulsation that I'm getting. It's just like I'm getting a very strong community hug happening. Like a big boop, right? Like a ding ding doink, right?
You gotta do huff bump, you know, or with your horse.
Boing.
Huff bump.
Yeah, and I can boop, 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 boop.
Ellie, do you wanna check our charity auction later?
Try the what, hon?
The charity auction.
Yeah, what time is that at?
I
Let's
think it was
convert.
at 4:30.
I think it's 4:30 our time, which is Inky and I, right?
It's in half an hour.
Yeah, it's 2:30. So it's
Yes. 2 p.m. and 30.
yeah, 2:30. So in an hour and a half.
Yeah, an hour and a half, 2:30.
If you want to come back to the charity auction. You donated stuff, right?
I did. I donated 2 of the books that I've written, and they're signed. One is called Fly with Eagles, and one is called Butterfly Kisses. And then Celestia fan, who I think he's still here. He created for me these wonderful mini plushies of Mistmane. They're so fabulous. I love them. A bunch of little mini potatoes. And I donated 2 of those, and I donated some signed autographs, different ones of different images. Yeah.
Yeah, we have them already.
You have them, and I'm so excited that they arrived on time, so you can actually show them. And do you have merchandise? Is there anywhere, like, do you have T-shirts, and do you have like Diskordmeet 2.0 T-shirts, or do you have anything like that, City?
It's not quite easy answer, because we have something like this, but only in very limited number. So it's not in the regular selling, but it's available for special donations.
Oh, fantastic.
It's for the VIP ponies. Yeah.
Very important ponies.
Very
Elley,
important ponies.
VIP pony? Am I a VIP pony?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Ellie would love a merch, like a shirt, because she would wear it. She wears like all the meetup and con like merchandise she gets to all the other events she goes to. So if you send her a shirt, like a Polish shirt, she would wear the Polish shirt.
Con, I'll be wearing the Polish Diskordmeet shirt.
Yeah, that's an idea, of course.
Inky knows that's what I do, which will just
Mhm.
promote you. And by the looks of things, City, there's a great turnout. You've got great support, and this is really wonderful to see that you've managed, because it's not easy, and Inky knows in creating online events or in-person events for that matter, but they're not easy. So congratulations, and thank you for creating a platform that allows for bronies to come together and share time and ideas and thoughts with one another. And hopefully, you're going to play some games. I don't know. Maybe you're going to go, you can do all kinds of stuff. You can go to Ponytown or Jackbox or any of those things. So hopefully you're going to have some fun being able to do some things with everybody.
Yeah, the group here looks like, it's really nice to see the other countries' meetups and get-togethers, because there's so many.
There's another one coming up. There's a couple coming up in the United States online. So I just did BabsCon online, but we've got another TrotCon online coming up. What are the dates for that, Inky? Do you know?
Yeah, well, of course I know, because I'm staff. It's going to be it's 2 weekends from now, so it's the 16th to the 18th, and it'll be online.
And
but there's a lot of European online cons happening too, so
Yeah,
it's fun. And I think UK PonyCon is doing another event, and GalaCon is doing an online event again as well.
Yeah.
So it's been really awesome, I think, like for me personally, that because like I'm also a vendor and an artist and all this other stuff, and to be able to have done all of these online conventions because we've all been home and everything went online, it's been really great to be able to connect with the community like outside of the United States for me. Like I've gotten to meet so many European bronies, and like it's been a lot of fun, I think, getting to experience like this other like culture like side of like all the other cultural side of the fandom, and it's been really fun.
Totally. And if you guys show up in 2 weeks, it's a Dungeons and Dragons theme.
I think, hold on, I think the stream crashed. Oh, no,
Okay, it's now, we're working together.
Okay, we had a little blip.
Yeah, so there's a Dungeons and Dragons theme coming up, which I think is fun.
Oh.
Yeah.
That'll be for the other online con if anybody wants to come, she means. I think you're confusing people, Elley.
What do you mean?
Inky, each time you just changing and checking other stuff, we are seeing like a white screen from you.
Oh, I'm sorry. There we go.
That's the problem. No worries. Thanks.
Oh no.
I'm trying to read the chat for questions. I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
Did it go to white?
It's back, right? Is it?
Yeah, it's working just fine. No worry.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it's my fault.
On the signing session text channel, I shared the picture of our promo T-shirt from 2018, so you can expect something similar in this way.
I'll show you, Elley, on the screens, because it'll be easier for you to look at just my video.
Yeah, let me see. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome!
It's a little blurry, but I'll send you the picture.
Oh, I love it! I love that up and down pony like that. I love it.
It's a sea pony.
I know. Oh, I couldn't see that.
I'll see it. I'll DM it to you.
I am a sea pony.
Obviously, this year it will be not sea pony but Discord. But Discord is always proprietary pony, sea pony, changeling, what he wants.
Doesn't matter. Discord is a combination of many things.
Is everything.
Right? He's got everything going on, which is why we love him. Many parts.
Combined.
We love that about him. I've seen such fabulous cosplay of Discord. Oh my god. Like really great. I guess
Oh,
it's fun. It's fun to cosplay as Discord.
You're always cosplaying as Discord, Elley.
Don't be telling my secret.
When I
Not intention.
when I met Elley, I guess that wasn't the first time I met you, but it was the first time I really like interacted with you at the VIP dinner at Trot.
Yeah.
I came to the dinner and Elley was wearing this like 5 foot tall pink wig and like a bunch of makeup and all this jewelry and everything. And it was just so wild. And we were having this like very serious, it wasn't supposed to be serious, but everybody was kind of serious at the dinner.
Well, and I was balancing spoons on my nose.
You...
I was, right? Remember I kept balancing spoons on my nose and people were like, what's happening? What's happening?
But it was funny because you were bright pink. Everything you were wearing was like bright pink and you had this like huge wig and everyone was like, what is going on?
Well, you want to know something? That wig, a brony had won it in a game earlier that day, and that was Scope. Who was it?
Oh, was it Scope?
I think so. I can't remember. Anyway, and yeah, and he went flying by me with this wig on his head, and I went, give me that wig. And he went like this. He goes, and I just threw it on my head and went to the dinner. Like, I didn't even, like, I was like, the people were like, what is that wig? It was a Marge Simpson wig. It was one of those demented, sort of crazy from the not the dollar store, but you know what I mean. One of those glow in the dark fun wigs. And I wore that to a very fancy sponsored dinner. It's like all about the fun. But hey, when you come to TrotCon next year, we've got the carnival theme and there's going to be Dunk a Tank where I've already said you can throw balls at me and dunk me in the water tank. And I'm going to get a little clown car and I'm going to drive up and down the hallways of the convention center. And I'm also going to get a pink candy floss machine so that I'm going to give out big things of pink candy floss. That's on my to-do list for when I get to Ohio for the big convention.
Elley?
Yes?
A lot of these bronies probably are not going to come to the United States.
Come on, yes you are. You're going to come.
So you need to go to Europe. You need to go to Europe and visit them.
Well, I'm going to be at Galacon. I'm going to be in Vienna. I'm going to be in the UK. I'm going to be in a bunch of places. But hopefully, hey, I should talk to, Prague's due for another convention. I should talk to, oh, he's so fabulous. We'll just create another convention. We'll create one for next year. Come on, gang. Oh, I got the t-shirt. It's so cute.
Oh, you see the art I sent?
Yes, I love it. Who did that art? Very good.
This is my good friend, Reddy, which always makes pictures for us.
Love it. So beautiful, City.
I can share the link to her art station. One moment, I need to find this. Or Facebook.
Oh.
Or Twitter, whatever.
Yes, I need to to find anything. One moment.
I also want to send a little prayer out to Celestia fan, Rainbow Dash, who's struggling with some heart issues right now and has had to have a COVID test and wait the 30 hours to get the response so he can go get his heart checked and is really not feeling well. So if we could all say a little prayer for him.
Well, let's hope he's going to be all fine and everything just go great for him.
Yeah, we hope so. We really do. Sending my little prayers right now.
Yeah, he's an amazing person. Honestly, I know him for quite a time too. So, Yeah.
Well,
Let's...
he's like, I've known him for years now, and he has done incredible things for me, not to mention the little plushies that I gave to the, he made, I don't know, you've probably seen me wear it, but the beautiful yellow full-length coat with every cutie mark from every pony is on the coat, like literally all the way down, on the arms, on the hand, on the hand. It's
Yeah,
just
I
the
think
most,
I saw it at the Galacon once.
oh my God, it's the most incredible thing you've ever seen in your life. He also made me a powder blue cape with like a little faux fur collar that has the main six. Oh, it's like incredible, like just incredible, generous to a fault. And just a great, great, great pony. So we wish you all the best with your healing and your heart and everything. There's hay fever going on, and I've got it too. I've got my allergies are so bad. It's that time right now. Allergies. I think we're getting more allergy prone because the world is just, I don't know what's happening. The world's going a little crazy.
Just like me, my allergies get all seasonal.
Oh yeah, the allergies are just like, what is going on? I'm sneezing. I woke up this morning, you can see I'm all swollen here, and I was all puffy, and I had water pouring out of my eyes and sneezing. I was like, what's happening?
Someone said in the chat earlier that would be a good reason that they wouldn't want Miss Main to make flowers in their house. Allergies. So if you have allergies, Ellie, and you make flowers in your own house, then you're going to have allergies inside.
Nobody said they had to be real flowers. They could be origami flowers. They could be any kind of flowers.
But Miss Maid makes real flowers, so it's going to be pollen season inside your
Well,
house.
I'm sorry, but did you not see in the episode where she had a crystal garden where all of her flowers were made of crystals? Hello, who are you people? Have you been paying attention to My Little Pony? They're not just real flowers, they're crystal flowers. They're paper flowers. They're on her dress. They're like on what she's wearing. And then my Timble has flowers in her hair that are made out of cloth. Ooh. Flowers are in both characters. They're not in my third character, though. She's just angry. And she has black paint on her face. She might have a flower there, but I don't know what's going on.
Okay, I am really afraid that unfortunately, totally, sadly, we have to end.
Oh, no. This is so sad. I'm going to take one
more. Feels bad, man.
We had such a good time.
What? Yes, we haven't spent enough time together. It's been hours.
I said we had a good time. We had a good time.
I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh and sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long.
Well, it's 10:15 in California, so...
But you'll be back.
Yeah, everything good has to come to the end, but still, we really appreciate that. Well, not just you, Ellie, but Ink, to be with us, Megan. Thank you very much for helping us with the Q&A. Honestly, I'm just shocked because we were like, oh, we would just make a science session, Q&A, science session, and this just turned out just beautiful. Thank you a lot for all your work, for both of you. And I'm really grateful for everything you did for us today. Thank you a lot.
Well, I want to ditto that right back at you. I am so grateful for you, for all of the ponies that are here with us today, and all of the ponies who are not here today. I send great love your way. I wish you only the best. Remember to stay safe. The world is still precarious until things are all completely back to normal. Know that you're loved, know your worth, and know you're part of something miraculous. And we are going to keep all of us alive and well in our thoughts and make sure that this magic keeps flowing forward. I love you guys.
Yes, thank you so much for
Love you
having
too.
us. This was a lot of fun. And Ellie, you'll be back for the charity auction, right?
I will so. I'm going to go have a little
Let's do
a
that.
bite to eat and I'll be back.
Okay.